How do you know that God can dry some of those tears away? God can definitely solve some of these problems that we deal with in America and in our communities. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Gospel Praise Celebration. We are live out of Studio 236. I am Simone Malone, one of your most trusted and respected voices in radio. I'm joined on the telephone line with our new personality, Mr. Michael D. Barton, talk show host that's going to be officially joining us in October, and he's excited all about that, getting geared up. And good morning to you, Michael. How you doing?
Excellent. Good morning to you, sir.
How you feeling?
Awesome.
Isn't the weather beautiful?
It is. It is.
Absolutely fabulous. And yesterday was a great day for the March on Washington. I've been watching the news. I've been getting positive feedback from people that have been there. I didn't have an opportunity to go yesterday, but certainly I was on the edge of my chair and on the edge of my bed watching the entire event. 50 years. Isn't it amazing?
It is. I think it's really cool they reenacted that, too.
Mm-hmm. What's your feedback, Michael, regarding what you have seen, what you have heard from your experience? I know you're a young man, but you're full of a lot of wisdom. So what is your feedback, Mr. Talk Show host?
It's funny. I'm kind of like double-sided on that.
Mm-hmm.
Half of me wishes it didn't have to take place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because when Dr. King made his move and starting the civil rights movement back in the 60s, it was all about equality and people being judged by the content of their character, not about the color of their skin.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked for a while, but for the part of me that appreciates the new march is due to the fact that what I personally believe is since the election of President Obama, things have been shaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the discomfort between black and white has kind of been restarted and recharged. So I think it was good to go back to this, and I think it'll be productive in starting, resetting the whole movement of equality and social unity here in America.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree, and we have a lot of work to do, and I think that we've come a long ways, but still there is
Absolutely.
A lot that we need to do, and we have to look at ourselves individually. In our communities and what we're doing personally. You know, we talk about living out the dream. The dream is inside of you. What are you doing to make an impact and make a difference in people's lives and around you? And that's one of the things that our radio station does. We are in the community. We connect with people all over the world, and we try to find out their thoughts and feelings and make them feel good through the music and get their positive feedback and charge them to do the best thing that they can do. Because it's so hard out here, hand to hand and foot to foot, and you know, we have to make these steps to make a change within ourselves first, and then we can change our community. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, with the unemployment rate still as bad as it is, and I get telephone calls and texts from people saying, "Simone, I need a job," and one of the main things they talked about is, you know, education and the racial issue. People are still very passionate about education because in our young people with the violence in the world and in our communities. And we can look right here in our city of Philadelphia and see that there's a lot of work to be done. So what words of encouragement can you share to the people? And that's number one. And then number two, what are you going to do? I know that you have a great plan of motivating and inspiring the people here at the radio station, and that's why we're bringing you on board. And welcome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I would say to people, like you just said, education definitely is key. You know, that the job market is rough anyway, right? The job market's just rough, period. And then without education, it just makes it that much more difficult. So education definitely is key. We need to stress education to our young people, but not from a judgment and beat down place, but just from a real level place of, hey, listen, I'm saying because I love you. Without education, it's going to be hard out there. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. You know? And so that's what I would say. Definitely need to beef up our education and our ambition and initiative as black people will not sit back and wait for a handout like the world owes us something because we really are the same as everybody else. And what I personally do, and one thing I love doing right now, and I've been on this ever since the Trayvon Martin case, is I think what I feel is personally important is changing people's minds about black people, one by one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like what I love doing is speaking to people of other ethnicities, and I give them more love than they get from their freaking family.
I can imagine.
You know, but I talk to white people and Hispanic people and Indian people and Asian people, and I love on them like they've never been loved before. And I guarantee by the time they finish talking to me, they do not think the same way about black people. And I think if we get to every individual we get to and just change minds, then we'll have a different world.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, let me ask you, what has been your experience working with the different, ethnicities and things of that nature? Because I believe in diversity totally. I just do. We all are mixed some kind of way. So what has been your feedback from these individuals?
It's funny. The interactions always begin this way, right? They're always a little uneasy. They're always a little uncomfortable. They don't know what they expect, because they have their typical impression of what black people are that they get from BET, like that's really black people anyway. But, they have their impression of what they think black people are, and then they see me, and it's like, wait a minute, you're not what I see on TV, you're not what I hear on the radio. Then they question my blackness and all that, but eventually they just fall in love with me and forget about it altogether.
Exactly. I believe, Michael, that people have to connect with you individually. There has to be something about your personality, because I have developed that skill over the years that I can just come into a room and meet people and we all connect. I mean,
right.
and that certainly takes a gift and a skill that you have a welcoming presence, and that's a key to our association with people and getting the things that we need and the support that we need. Do you agree?
Absolutely. And the thing I'm finding and I'm enjoying about Unity is like when I talk to people of completely different ethnicities and cultures, I have so much fun getting to know them because they have a completely different scope and perspective on the world than I do. And the opportunity to learn and get to play inside of a whole different paradigm, it's really cool to step outside of what I know as a black man and then get to experience some of what the world is like for an Indian person and for an Asian person. It's like I don't have to be attached to my views as an African American. I can just experience life from whatever way is most pleasing at the moment.
Great word, man. We appreciate you taking the time to join us, and don't forget to plug and let everybody know that you're still on Blog Radio. You're not doing, I don't think, live shows, but you're running a lot of your old shows. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On blogtalkradio.com/love, power, and joy, I have somewhere around like 25 recorded episodes, all there for your listening pleasure. And you can look forward to hearing me Sunday nights at 9 o'clock on SMHTMS.
Yes, indeed. I'm excited to be able to produce you and to be able to hear the first show. And I don't want you to tell me about it because I know you got some great things planned, and we're looking forward to your program on Sunday nights. It's going to be a blessing to the world and to us at FMHTMS. What's your final word on this Sunday?
My final word on this Sunday is, for one, I love you all to life. I love you to life. And since it's Sunday, it's the day of worship. Let's remember who it is that we worship. Think about who Jesus is for you and do your best to walk like him.
Great words.
Have an awesome day, people.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Michael D. Martin. Have a super great day. We'll be in touch with you later this week, okay?
You too, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.